This is the Business Owners IT Podcast with Anthony Gerasch and Ryan Carter, where tomorrow's technology meets today's conversations.
I am Tony Gerasch.
And I'm Ryan Carter, and this is the Business Owners IT Podcast.
A podcast where we discuss tips, tricks, and solutions for business owners involving all things tech.
All right, I'm going to dig up an old one that maybe just needs to be revisited. And I know one time we gave the 10 things, you should ask your service provider. That kind of rolled into some stuff that you would ask like your IT or MSP. But we've ran into some stuff, and Tony just feels that some people need to get with the times. So we want to talk a little bit about questions that you maybe want to ask your IT person about the services you have or your MSP or something like that. So thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, so I do have some thoughts, and, sometimes we just ramble here in this thing, but, I've seen some, in the last quarter or so, I've seen some invoices and some things of some other MSPs out there, and I never talk bad about other MSPs. A lot of them have been in business a long time, but I feel like some of them are still stuck in 2008, and things are happening, and they can't stop it, and then they have a long-term client, right? And then they end up losing that client to another MSP, whether it's us or somebody else, and it's disappointing. I mean, I never say to a potential customer, "Oh, these guys are, they stink" or whatever. I just listen to them, and I hear their frustration. And one of the episodes we talked about the Microsoft vulnerability with the send mail or whatever it was. What was that called? I forgot already.
Direct send,
open relay, right?
That'll be 62 for all you fine folks.
Yes, yeah. So, those types of things happen, and they're like stuck. They can't figure. They're not with the times, and are not smart enough to figure it out or detect it, right? So it's like they don't have some basic things in place. I mean, in today's world, you need EDR and you need MDR, and MDR is now changing into what they call identity management, and that's really what it is. It's your identity. It's very important.
MDR, managed detection and response, for all you that need a little help.
And EDR is endpoint detection and response. Under both circumstances, something happens when there's a breach. An endpoint detection and response, they lock the computer, right? And they disconnect it from the internet, the network, and only an IT guy can get into it. Managed detection and response, they lock the user out, they reset the credentials, they reset the M2FA, and they notify us.
Yeah, and that's a question that you would want to ask your service provider too, is like what are we using for managed detection and response? If someone were to get into my Office 365 today, how would you know, and how would I know that it's happening? Or are we just sitting ducks?
Well, you get a customer that calls you up and say, "Hey, by the way, you sent all 60 of our employees this thing for a free gift card." Mm-hmm. That's how they're finding out, right? Or they get into the middle of a transaction. They find out after the wire is done, after they've already sent the money and they can't get it back. And, and this happens, right? And then it's one of those things that after a breach, right, customers have lots of money, right? So if you're an MSP and you're not doing endpoint detection and response, you're not doing managed detection and response, and you don't have security operations centers in place, and these things aren't expensive. That's what I don't get. I mean, most people will pay for it. I don't get why they don't do it. But if once they have this breach, they have a lot of money to spend on that. You should be talking to it. You should be talking to your IT people about it as a business owner. Hey, if somebody logs into my Microsoft 365 from Ukraine, will you know?
Yeah.
Will it be blocked? Hey, if somebody sets up a rule that forwards all my email to a Gmail account, will you guys know? And their answer should be yes.
Always.
Yeah, and and we're, as an MSP, we're battling against this, weekly.
Yeah, we see it all the time. I mean, he talked about endpoint detection response. What's funny is I don't see that one as much. I still see it, but it's the managed. People getting into people's accounts it's unbelievable how much people are trying.
Well, isn't that where it starts? I mean, it starts with a phishing email. So now I sent out a phishing email that turned into a ransomware attack. That's where it starts.
Oh, there's your next question. What are we doing to block phishing emails? What are we doing for spam emails? Is there anything protecting us from this? I think we've beat this horse dead on many episodes about the importance of
detecting, malicious emails, blocking them, and training.
Yeah, but that's the question you need to ask, right?
Yeah.
You need to be asking these people. So people need to be asking us that. Like, what are you doing to protect us?
Yeah.
I love getting those questions because then that's my time to shine.
Right.
And if I can't answer that question, I'm going to go figure it out and I'm going to go get that solution for them.
And I could tell you, many years back, I lost a customer, not because of poor service or because of anything like that. It was because we didn't have remote monitoring and management, RMM, a basic thing. And the reason we didn't have it is because I didn't think my customers would pay for it. But after I lost that customer, and by the way, they came back, so I'm excited about that. They've been back for years because we have great service. But, it was like I didn't think my customers would pay, but man, they adopted it right away. Everybody was happy to have it. We used to use the go to my PC method or the show my PC or anything that was free out there. Again, we're the product, was free out there to get to people's computer. Well, we don't do that anymore today, but it was a big awakening for me because I hate to lose clients.
Right.
I hate to lose clients. I mean, it's not a good day here if we lose a client over something stupid.
Yeah, I agree with that. And again, these are the questions that you need to ask. Like, okay, we beat this horse too. Backups.
Yep. You got it.
Is our stuff backed up?
Yep.
And how? How soon can we recover?
Yeah. And that would be a good question, right? That's another good question. Hey, we just lost our server. Where are we at? How much data have we lost? When can we be up and running? And how long is it going to take?
Yeah. Can you show me?
Yeah. Show me is it, right? So that's another thing, right? When you do these IT reviews, and for some reason, again, some of these MSPs are not doing reviews with their customers, and the customers feels like anytime they try to sell them something, right? They're every time they call them, they're just trying to sell them something. And the fact is, you should just be going through and showing them, hey, this is what we're doing for you. Here's your backup. This is what your managed detection response looks like. This is what your endpoint detection response looks like. This is what your computers look like. Windows 11, you guys, these updates. So you should be going through this.
Yeah, that's another thing. Updates, patching. It's the simplest thing to ask about, but are you patching our computers?
Right.
And you don't know how many don't get patched.
Yes, and you don't even have to use, you can have internal guys, right? You don't have to use an MSP. If you're a small company or a medium-sized company and you want to have an internal IT guy, that's fine. But you could still put these things in place.
Yeah, ask them these questions. Put it on a review and just put it in a meeting. Make it the agenda and just have them talk about it quarterly to you because they need to prove what they're doing for you for your business.
And the other thing is we do co-managed stuff too. So if you're a business owner and you don't want to go full in with IT support, unlimited remote support, unlimited on-site support from a company like us or another MSP, find an MSP that'll sell you the tools that and help you manage those tools, but let your internal guy do the work.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, is in our business, we call it the channel, the MSP channel. We get a lot of tools that you don't see out on the open market that are very, very, very good that only sell to MSPs. But we're willing to let your IT guy use those tools, and we'll help manage it.
Yep, we have multiple ones from like that. And again, what the benefit of that is that you can get enterprise type of tools from an MSP if they're willing to sell them to you that you would not be able to buy, independently from the vendor themselves.
Yeah.
Right. And if they do, they're going to be cost effective because, no vendor wants to spin up a portal or something for you to use, like an RMM portal or something like that for 3 users. They want thousands. So, but we can offer that to you.
Yep. And yes, yes, we can. And if you need help with any of that, obviously we always say drop something, drop a comment, ask us. Just ask.
Yeah, and then once you become a customer, right, with us, then if you do have an incident, we're there to help you to get to where you need to get out of it.
Yep. And I'm going to give you my tip of the week, and it's one that Tony likes to say all the time: trust but verify.
Absolutely.
Trust that your IT people are doing their work. Trust that your MSP is doing the work, but verify it.
That's that's showing my age. That's Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, you love that one, and I do too. I think it's a good one. Get up on
stage, you got to trust but verify, and that's 100% true. If your IT people can't ask you, can't answer them to you what they're selling you or what this is for or how we're doing this, then they're probably not doing it.
Yeah, and I mean your top things: endpoint detection response, managed detection response, spam filtering. What is my Office 365 licensing? It should at least be business premium. And I can argue that one to death. But where are my backups? AV, patching. If they say any of that stuff you do not need, you really need to reevaluate what you're talking about. That is right now a baseline of tools that we use.
Yeah. And there's a lot more out there that we could be using, but we don't use every single tool that's available to us. We only use, what is necessary.
We start with the necessary, and then obviously we have government-regulated clients. We have medically regulated clients that we do more tools for, but that's our baseline that we're going to bring to you.
Absolutely.
And I'll throw ThreatLocker out there, even though they haven't paid us yet.
Yeah, well, ThreatLocker is a good tool, right?
It's a great tool. Application whitelisting, you can't beat it.
Yeah, but it's not for everybody. I mean, we're not offering it to every single client because, some clients just don't need it. It's it just might be just a little overkill for them, and it's something that is not in their budget.
Right, and the budget piece of it's the big one. Otherwise, I would push it to everybody.
Yeah. So, and it does, it's a great tool. I wouldn't, if you have more than, 15, 20 people, it's something you definitely want.
Yep, exactly. And I mean, I'll stop those from our last episode, free VPNs from running on those computers.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's the beauty of it, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's about all. I mean, as a business owner, you need to protect, and I preach this a lot, and I talk about this a lot. You need to protect your digital assets in all the places that they sit.
Yeah. And
when it comes to the cloud, it's just your data on somebody else's server.
And you may love your IT person or your MSP and all that stuff, but you do need to put a little fire, a little coal, put them to the coals or the fire, however you want to say it, and ask these questions. So
yeah, absolutely. And they should do it. They, a lot of them out there, and some are just still stuck like, they've been around a long time and they've been doing things the same way over and over and over again, and they don't want to change.
Yeah. If they don't think Windows Defender is good, they need to go back and look at that, because that's old school.
Yeah, I mean, the thing, so see, Windows Defender, right?
Here we go.
You guys really got me on something here, right? Well, just think about it. So now Windows Defender has been free or on Windows 10 and above, right? I don't think it was on Windows 7. So if you had Windows 10, Windows 11, Server 2012, I think, right? It's on every single Windows computer that's deployed. Now, there ain't one antivirus company out there, right, that can say that they have the install base that Windows Defender has.
Right. The telemetry that they collect is unreal.
And then Windows Defender also has the beauty of Bing, right? And the whole Windows environment that they're collecting all this stuff from. So it actually works, and it works very well.
It's gotten so much better.
And it's, we use Huntress to manage it. But I'm just saying, so there's a good example, right? Why every computer now has AV. Why do I have to sell something else to them? Why do I have to sell, like back in the day, it was WebRoot and AVG and ESET and all of them, right? I mean, I hate to say it, but Microsoft's good at giving stuff away for free or adding stuff in. They've been doing it for years and putting companies out of business.
Yep, that's their goal.
So, they did it a long time ago with Zip, right? And then there used to be WinZip and all this Zip products, and all of a sudden Microsoft comes out with Zip as part of the operating system. Same thing with when storage was expensive. They used to have the thing they could double your storage, and it was a program and all that. Then Microsoft comes out and makes it part of the thing, puts them out of business.
Yep. So the whole enchilada, they want it all.
Yeah. So, Windows Defender, is fine, and you shouldn't be afraid to use it.
Yep. So, I don't have much more to say. So, if you want to take us home.
Yep. I don't have much more. Thanks for tuning in. And again, if you leave some comments or you're a business owner and you have questions, you certainly can leave comments or you can call us. And we'd be happy to answer those questions. Everything doesn't have to be a sale. So, it can just simply be, hey, I got this problem. Can you point us in the right direction? We'll help you.
Yeah, perfect. Well, thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.
Unique Computing Solutions. Your IT challenges solved.